Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
Is she in here yet?
There she is.
Yes! Yes! Adrienne!
What's up, dude?
Not too much. Oh, I'm so glad to have you on here. How you doing? You look nice.
Thanks. This was like what I could get done in 10 minutes while I'm exhausted.
Oh, wow. What time? What time? You don't have. All right. So I figured out a couple things. How to talk about you without having to talk about it. Basically, essentially, I'm going to say is this. You don't have to say what you do. You're basically the female Jack Reacher. I'm just going to call you that.
Or just like, I'm like a really cool version of an HR nerd who wears the same outfit every day.
Hey, I love it.
The best part about my job is I never have to guess what I'm going to wear.
You know what? You're so. I mean, that's like I never thought about that. That's like must be so like you don't have to worry about. I mean, you have to do laundry, but it's not something that you have to worry about. Well, yeah, you do, but you're right.
Well, it's
I
just
think
like every Friday at my current job, we get to wear civilian clothes, and I'm like, oh God, do I even
okay.
have anything I want to wear that's like business casual? Boo.
Yeah, Adrienne, I am so glad to have you on here. Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush. My mom's not here; it's just me today because I want to be able to talk freely to you. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm dying because like I swear when we met back in 2014,
Yeah.
I think I stole that scarf idea from you and I used to rock. Do you remember? I had like a green one and I rocked it all the time.
Yeah, I probably did start that. I started wearing scarves in 2013 because I went to I got invited to a pool party. I wore like the scarf to the pool party with some. I went with some Irish people in LA, and people were like, "Why are you wearing a scarf?" And I'm like, at a pool party, I'm like, because I can. And the shock that hit their face was like, "Oh my god, like that's actually pretty cool." And everybody's trying to ask to borrow my scarf, so now I always wear scarves everywhere, even at pool parties. And it'd be like 90, 100 degrees outside. I don't care. I wear them in Vegas. It's my calling card.
I
Batman has
love
his
it.
yeah, Batman has his cowl, Superman has his cape, and B's got his scarf.
I think
So,
I just have my attitude. Sorry, I was putting it on do not disturb before someone inevitably like starts blowing up my phone.
oh, I can understand that because you're a popular person.
Am I?
I think so. As I
Oh
said,
no, we have that thing pinned on my Instagram where it's like, I'm so single, I don't have to charge my phone.
yeah. You know, that must probably. I mean, it can be a good thing sometimes. I guess it can be a bad thing too if that's not like if you don't want to be bothered. I guess because my phone's always going dead, always.
I don't like that my phone is always going dead, but most of that's just because I doom scroll on TikTok till 4 in the morning because like I'm
You say,
nursing a baby.
yeah, you say doom scroll.
Yeah, doom scroll where
I've
you
never
just,
heard of that.
oh yeah, you just like scroll into the ether and you're just like I don't know. I end up on astrology talk, witch
Oh my gosh.
talk, the are you a bitter baby mama talk, and I'm like, I am not.
Yeah.
Gross.
I there's two things I want to talk about on that. So first off, we had a conversation the other day when I was like, and don't say my age or don't say the year I was born. But when you said I was like, I told you like I don't follow horoscopes at all. And it wasn't until I got out to Los Angeles. Like girls never asked me what my horoscope was ever. And then I get out to Los Angeles and every girl and their sisters ask me, oh my God, what's your sign? What's your sign? And all this and that and the other. And I'm like, look, I don't follow horoscopes, but I'm a Virgo technically. I don't get it. Although I did laugh at what you sent me to tell the AI to trash me. That was pretty.
Well, the best part about it is you said that every girl is like, that's super Virgo of you to be like,
Yeah.
I don't follow horoscope, which really is just like all dudes say that.
Yeah.
But you have so much Virgo in your chart. You might be the original Virgo. Like you might be like a 25,000-year-old Virgo, like from like way back in like, I don't know, man. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot of Virgo. So the next time somebody says that Virgos are boring, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, but have you met Brandon? He's the most Virgo person.
Thank you.
I'm gonna need you to not fall for crap stereotypes because Brandon is about the least boring person I ever met. Now, that said,
Yeah.
he is dedicated, disciplined. He will get up at 5 in the morning to do his routine. And if he decided he's gonna eat nothing but chicken with no skin on it, brown rice and broccoli like we're gonna do that until I get the exact result I'm looking for. Like
Oh,
we should all be so lucky to have the discipline of that much Virgo. You're just like, and today I manifest that I want to have an 8-pack by summer.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, and then you're like, all I eat is broccoli, hard boiled eggs, no yolk. I drink 3 protein. Like, I'm like, I could never. I'm like, I ate bread for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh wow, yeah. Believe me, I want bread, but I know that's gonna impact the 6 pack or eight. I wish I had an 8 pack, but it's gonna impact that.
Yeah,
I,
we should
but
all want Virgo in our chart.
well, thank you so much. It's interesting. Like I said, I don't follow horoscopes, but I want to dip into that a little bit if you don't mind. Well, it's our thing because we're gonna be talking all the time.
Yeah.
So the reason I always thought I was never a Virgo, or I said I don't follow horoscopes, because all the stuff was like, this isn't anything like me. And then one day when my dad was alive, we were in Costco and there's this birthday book, and August 28th popped up on the birthday chart. And everything this thing said was hitting me to a T. Like it says, has a devilish sense of humor, could do well in the TV or film industry. It was saying literally everything that this thing said in this book was made to a T, of having a devilish sense of humor, but noble to intent of trying to help his family and friends. All this stuff hit me. And I was like, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to find this. I'm gonna have to show it, send it to you. But that's the first time ever that the thing got me right to a T.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is like when it comes to astrologies is it's super complex.
Yeah.
Which I find infinitely interesting. So maybe I find another person that's like an Aries sun with a Libra moon and a Scorpio rising, but the degrees of that, where they fall, the rest of my chart is what makes us all super, super unique. And actually, there was a thing going around on TikTok where it was like roast my chart to filth.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I just started roasting people's birth charts and I was nailing it. And then I started getting tagged by other people to say, "Hey, roast my chart."
Oh wow, really?
And so, well, then I kind of felt bad. I was like, I mean,
Do they
I
know what
don't
they're
know
dealing with
how
here?
many, I don't know how many people I was like, "Hey, girl, did you fact check that before you had a delusional outbreak and a love triangle you're not even a part of? Like, are you good?"
Yeah.
And I was like, there was one who had like so many Capricorn placements. I was like, but like, have you ever been wrong? And if you were, would you, and you said it out loud, would you die? And she's like, oh my God, so accurate. Um,
Oh wow.
but so then I started doing it another way, which was like, there's like the shadow side of all these signs. And then there's also like, how do you work on your shadow self?
Will you explain that a little bit, go into detail about the shadow sign stuff?
Sure. So
Yeah.
like as an Aries, right? The Greek god of war,
Is
we
that
have
what
a,
you are?
I'm an Aries. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've dated every girl that I usually end up dating is an Aries every single time.
Yeah, I think Aries and Virgo go well together. Actually, my chat DPT told me that my perfect guy would be a Virgo. Um,
And I'm the second best Tinder date ever.
second test best Tinder date ever back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Classic Tinder. Tinder classic.
Yeah.
Before we could pay for upgrades and we just had to be there. Listen.
Yeah. It was
Now
the
it's
best
like
back then.
Craigslist.
It is.
Um
But go back. Sorry, I was.
like the shadow work, so like with an Aries, right, like we have a tendency to be like, we might be a little impetuous, um a little overly assertive, some might say a little belligerent. We have a tendency to just like jump off with an idea before maybe we thought that all the way through.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like, probably when you met me I was more like that, but
Yeah.
as I've gotten older, I'm a mom now, I'm like
Yeah.
kind of have like a professional career. um I've had to like temper that a lot. And so now it sort of comes out as like knowing how to communicate directly and clearly,
Okay.
not being afraid to take initiative and move forward. Um, one of the things I say is like, now that I've done like a lot of shadow work on that stuff, right? Like take that stuff that is negative, that's like my go-to kind of knee jerk reflex,
Yeah.
and work on it and work through it. Is you just turn that negative into a positive.
Okay.
And that's what I talk to people about in like, so I would say I have a lot of placements that are what they call in exaltation. So like my sun in Aries is exalted, meaning the sun feels the best, right? You
Okay.
feel and the sun represents self. Aries feel the most authentically themselves of like all people. They're just like, I don't know how to be anything other than this.
Yeah.
And then Venus is exalted in Pisces, right? Like that's like wants to be dreamy and delulu, but that's the part of it is like the Venus in Pisces is a tough placement. Like, you know me pretty well. Like, I am a little delulu in love. I'm like, but aren't they great in their potential and the thing and the
Yeah.
song? And so I've had to like really focus on like maybe discernment over
Yeah.
potential. Maybe. Like, it's like, what did I say? I was like, I love when people are like, 'cause I'm on dating apps and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so you have 2 kids by each of your ex-husbands?" I was like, "Wouldn't that be a nice little nugget if that were true?" Nope, I've got a baby daddy. No.
Yeah.
Nope. I got 2 ex-husbands and a baby daddy and only 2 kids, so here we are.
Yeah, man. You went for the trifecta there. I guess that would be it. I don't know. Maybe not the trifecta.
But yeah, so and like so then I started doing that on TikTok and just like kind of helping people like, hey, like if you have this placement, here's where the shadow of it is. Like, are you indecisive? No, like Libra isn't indecisive. They know what they want. They're just not gonna effing tell you.
Okay.
And so it's like, how do you learn how to learn to keep the peace, but also stick up for yourself? Because at the end of the day, I've had to learn like I can hold it all in, but one day it's coming, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
better if I tell you up front.
Oh, instead of it boiling up back. I've seen memes like that where like you're in trouble. You don't realize that you're in trouble. Whenever someone says okay, if a girl says okay or that's fine, like it's coming to you at a different time.
Yeah, and so I think, and I've even started like coaching like girlfriends and stuff on it. Is like I have a girlfriend who's she's a single mom and she's amazing and super successful and all this stuff, but she's like, I don't know, he didn't call me or he didn't text me, so I'm not going to text back or I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. And I was like, yeah, but here's the deal, dude. Like at the end of the day, you're going to feel bad
Yeah.
about the relationship regardless. So you
Hmm.
like him, right? Like, so let's suppose that you like him.
Yeah.
Whether you tell him that or not, you're still going to be texting and calling me and being upset about it.
Yeah.
So why
So you're
not
playing
just like
games.
right, and so why not just throw caution to the wind and just, like, straight up tell him,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to wonder. Like, it's not a riddle.
Yeah.
And
And he
that's
can't
always
decipher it.
yeah, and that's always, like, my problem in dating is, like, I always think God, even when we met back in the day, I remember I had dated someone right before I was, like, leaving for Germany,
Okay.
and he was like, "Well, I don't do long distance relationships," and I was like, "Uh, cool. What?" And I always hate how like because again, this I think is a very Aries thing where I'm like, wait, what conversation? I was eating sushi. What is happening right now?
Yeah. You pass me the
And
wasabi, please.
yeah, like I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, but you're like leaving in 6 weeks. I was like, right. And he's like, and I don't want to do a long distance relationship. I was like, mm-hmm.
Was this first date too? By the way, or was it several dates in?
We were several days in. It was
But
like kind of
still,
like, but still, it was just weird. And then
yeah.
like get to the end of it, and I'm like, I just remember like I was like having a good time, like normal me, like just having a good time, blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, like my body language goes, okay,
Mm, yeah. Got to shut that down.
I'm gonna shut this down real quick. And I just remember being like, yeah, but that's a decision to make 5.5 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And so one of my, I would say like a very Aries thing, and I think it's super, it can be kind of Virgo too, is like I don't have enough information to make that decision. So why am I having that conversation right now? Like you're literally ruining today
Yeah.
for some crap we can deal with in 5.5 weeks. Now I don't even want sushi. Now I just want to go home.
Yeah. Seriously. No, I don't blame you. Look at you. Adrienne, I've said it once, I say it again. Say it again. You are outside of my mom. You are the funniest woman slash girl I have ever met in my lifetime. You are such a firecracker, and you can't like. I love it. You make my day. You make my
Oh,
universe.
thanks. You always make my day. Like I'll get like a random text from you, like at like a low point, right? Like, and I've been going through it.
Yeah, life
My
is life.
favorite was like I wasn't even posting about him, but I was so depressed about him. You were like, "Girl, I'm gonna need you to stop," and I was like, "That is exactly what I needed, though." It wasn't about him, but also, yes,
Yeah. I remember that day too. It was like I think I sent you a meme or something like that about it. Yeah. No, it was out of the blue.
it was like super out of the blue. But I just was like, "Yeah, no, but you're right. I gotta like." Whatever it is though, but like energetically,
Yeah.
whether it was about him or not, everything was about that at the time. And so yeah, no, it was 100% like it was a really good like, bitch, I'm gonna need you to remember who you are kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
energy. And I love your friends that are like that. And you've always been that person. Like we went out, I think we've only been out twice.
Yeah, but we
And
hung
we've
out more
been
than 100.
friends
Yeah.
for
Since 20. Wait, was it when were you?
11 years now. 11
Yeah.
years.
But
That's
that's proof.
wild.
Yeah, it's proof that like you can like. Since I met you, I click with someone, I click with them, and I'm friends with someone for life until they mess that up normally. But with you, I think that you're an amazing person. And also, one thing I want to touch on is interesting that you said that. So me and my mom are empaths. I actually talked about this on a couple of things where basically I can feel people's energy, I guess, how they're feeling, what their mood is, and I don't even have to see them. Something inside of me will tell me like, hey, look, write this person. Like I can feel it. It's the craziest thing. And I always act on it. I'll send that person a message. And so many people will come back and be like, Brandon, you have no idea. I was either at a low point or something was going on with me and you didn't know about it, but you like brightened up my day. And it's like a lot of times I can feel it. Like I could always feel people, like my parents especially. And I don't tell people about it because I don't want to scare the crap out of people.
Oh,
But
I
it's
don't
like I
tell
can
people
always,
that either because like I have a similar thing, and that's a lot of like when I talk about like doing shadow work and stuff.
okay.
Like for a long time, I would say like I was kind of always like somewhere between like my lower and higher self, and I really like fluctuated between her a lot.
Yeah.
And so I've done just like trying to, and I hate saying things like I'm doing work on myself because it sounds so cheesy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like when you date guys in their 40s and 50s and they're like, I've done a lot of personal growth. And I'm like,
You're a
you mean
man.
you found an emotion and you
Yeah.
correctly identified it? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm like really spiritual now. Oh my God. I went out with this one guy and he just kept saying he was looking for his person. And I was like,
What?
I
Yeah,
was like,
that's a
oh
tool.
my God. You cannot be 52 out here in these streets
No.
telling women you're looking for your person. Bitch, I don't want to be her. Go
Yeah,
find her somewhere else. Like for real.
absolutely.
And
That's
then had
wild.
the audacity to tell me I looked better wearing my hair up. I was like, I don't know where you grew,
Yeah.
but like you grew mold at a 7-Eleven. Please go.
Yeah. You're absolutely that's wild. I can only oh yeah, that's one thing you're talking when you were mentioning the fact that like Tinder these days is like the wild well when we were there it was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, now
Amazing.
it really is like Craigslist now. Like I don't even look at it. Like every once in a while I might take a gander, but I'm just like, you know what? This isn't what it used to be.
Oh, but then there's like Facebook dating, which is
I
like
saw that.
it's like, but it's like dating for the living dead. It is the boringest thing on earth.
Is it a
It
swipe
is
thing or what?
like, it's the same as Tinder, but like, it's like almost exactly the same as Tinder. There's almost nothing different about it. But
Yeah.
it'll like show you if you have mutual friends and stuff. The worst part about it is the conversation. It's the worst conversation.
Oh wow.
Match.com is better than that. I'd rather be on freaking eHarmony.
Yeah.
Like
Is that
plenty of
still around?
fish,
Yeah.
farmers only. Like I don't know.
I didn't even know there's a farmers only.
Oh, you didn't know there's a farmers only? Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I guess you know they probably have something for everything.
They do. They have all sorts of them, but that's really gonna tell my age because that's like back in the like
You're
mid
good.
2000.
You're good. No, you're straight.
But
But yeah, so
yeah,
is that boring, huh?
it'll
I
be
saw it
like
pop. Go ahead.
it'll
Sorry.
be like, oh hey, how are you? And I'll be like, I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Really?
I'm like, and then I'll get like, hey, you want to go out sometime? And I'm like, sure, maybe.
Yeah.
Or we could, and like I have two kids and one of them's 6 months old.
So it's
And
hard.
so
Yeah.
I'm not super interested in getting a babysitter at $200 a night,
Ooh.
for some guy that like just said, hey, and you're pretty. I'm like,
You're gonna have to do more than that.
like, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit more. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
only been out on it. Like I've been out with one guy and I'm just like, maybe this isn't the part of my life where I'm interested in this. Cause like also, and then there's a lot of like you write a bio and then people are like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I am a dancer.
Yeah.
What? What?
That is awesome. That is
Like,
absolutely awesome. Actually, now the thing about, I think I left a scarf at your place one time. By the way, I
I'm
think that's
sure
what.
you probably, and then I just stole the whole idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, imitation is flattery, but I
Hey,
just
I'll take
remember
it.
there were so many pictures of me like 2014 where I was
Yeah.
wearing a scarf just like that.
I'm pretty sure it's one I left at your place, but it's all good. I'm glad you, but you know, you rock it the best because you got the style and everything. Question I had to ask you too. Actually, there's several questions. One, so because I said I don't follow horoscopes, but what you're saying at first you had me amused, but now I'm intrigued. Like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Django Unchained. I've actually dated, so girlfriends have either been girlfriends or dated, whatever you want to do. And I just found out about this word situational ship. I never knew what that was in my lifetime.
Oh, you've never had a situationship?
No, I've had plenty. I just didn't know that's what they were called.
Oh yeah. Situationships. Yeah, we're old, but we are the generation that invented them. So you're welcome, Gen Z. The elder millennials are out here doing the Lord's work, making your life trash. You're welcome for our service.
Yeah, so, like, so I guess I'll do the situational ship thing first. I got to find out what she was, but she was a nurse, respiratory therapist. She wasn't technically a nurse. She's a respiratory therapist. So she used to get on me all the time about it. But she's the one that told me that we were in a situation ship. Granted, I was over at her house every day. She wouldn't let me stay at my place. I was over at her house every single night. Great. Loved her to death. Like, absolutely loved her. She was amazing. Maybe in a different life would have married her. But so literally I was over there every single day, I think for like 3 months. Every single day and night, she wouldn't let me not be at her place. And like, even when I said I wasn't going to be there, she said, oh, I need you to come over. So like we were talking, we just caught up like a while ago, but she's like, yeah, that was a situational ship. Not a situation ship. I'm like, wait a minute. I was over at your place more than I was at my place. You pretty much wouldn't even allow me to stay at my place. Every single event or function, you basically had me come to, which I enjoyed it. Like, we did all the things. We were in a relationship pretty much, but she called it a situationship. I didn't know what we were. We just didn't put titles in it.
Oh, let me decode this for you.
Yeah, please do.
Because me and my baby daddy, you're kind of like this. Like, we're together, but we're not together.
Yeah.
But we're not together. Meaning, like, you can do you, but we're probably together 92.7% of the time. But if in that small little 6%, you've got some time and like something like falls in your lap, that's fine. You don't have to tell me we're like not together, but like, we're together.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even that. We were like together.
I don't know why anyone would call that. If somebody actually said I don't know. If somebody was like, oh, we were in a situationship to me, I'm like, well, now you're going to be in a murder ship with me. Cause like now, cause like we're talking about horoscopes, right? We're talking about all the astrology. I have like really heavy Scorpio placements, but it's like Scorpio rising and like.
Which means what exactly?
It means, okay, so 24 hours in the day, every 2 hours, your, it changes sign, right?
Okay.
So Aries goes all the way around. And there is a theory that it's your soul's purpose, right? Your soul chooses to come back at a certain time, right? To present to the world and have that experience. So Scorpio is death and rebirth. Transformation, death and rebirth. So apparently I chose to be intense.
well, I appreciate
that tracks. Like, to be oddly belligerently like, and like what it's like, it's like Phoenix energy, like
like the Phoenix, like the Phoenix, like the fire sign. Yeah. So, but we were in a relationship because I was like, hey, I told her we were basically boyfriend and girlfriend. She's like, no, that was a situation. She was mad at me at the time. I'll just call it what it was, and we had stopped seeing each other at the time. So she called it a situation. It wasn't that. We were in a relationship. Like, I don't care. I was over there at your place. In a month, I was over there. I was only at my place literally to get some food or something, and then I was back at your place because you didn't allow me to stay at my place. Granted, we loved each other. It was great while we were together. All that, life happens. I had to move. She had to move. She had to travel for her work. I had to travel for my work. So, it happens. But I just found it funny that I never knew what to say. Now I laugh all the time because I see situationship pop up on things. And I'm like, oh, I know what that, I know what that is, I guess. Actually, I still don't technically know until you kind of broke it down. Yours sounds like a situational ship.
So here's the thing. And I think we talked about this once. You're never a situationship. And here's why. Because men and women in situationships are being unclear intentionally.
Yeah.
Typically doing a push-pull.
Oh, you're
kind of like I'm in, out. So that's like really more a situationship. And it gives whichever person, it's like all game playing. So I would not call what you had a situationship. And you're also like very incapable of a situationship because either A, you're going to bounce because you're like, I don't need this. Seriously. Or
I'm all in.
You're not going to be that because like you're just going to be upfront about your intentions.
Yeah.
Like, there is no bullshit. And I think that's probably why you've dated a lot of Aries, is because we're also no bullshit and we really receive that direct feedback very well.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like if I tell like a Virgo, like, hey man, like I'm leaving in 6 weeks. I want to have a good time and we'll figure it out on the back end. Virgo man's gonna be like, sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like me.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, thank you. Can we like go grab dinner now? Perfect.
Yeah. That
Um,
is too funny.
but like other people will be like, yeah, but you're like leaving in 2.5 years. I'm like, what?
What is that? Yeah, exactly.
Dear water signs, do better. Dear water signs, you're driving me nuts.
So
He
I
says
have to
about
know
her
this.
double cancer baby daddy. I love him.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, what does it mean?
Yeah. Wait, so your baby dad's he's, I guess, a water sign?
Yeah, he's a Cancer, Sag Cancer, and I always kind of giggle that it's like if you saw a lake on fire, you'd go, that's probably not a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. That hits the nail right on the head. Well, shoot.
But
I'm
also
like,
like I won't say anything, but like, babe, like also like I say it to your face, don't get mad.
yeah, exactly. Seriously. Yeah. I had to, so here's my question. I've had girlfriends that have been girls that I've fallen hard for, and said they've either been Aries or they've even been Virgos.
Yeah, because it's a communication style. I think Aries and Virgo are like same thing, different font,
Okay.
which is
I love you.
like
I love you. I do. You can't be beat. Like this, the minute I created this, I'm like, I need Adrienne. I know Adrienne's gonna be the one. Yeah.
But it's like same thing, different font. Like I've always found like with my Virgo friends or any Virgo guys that I've dated, like I always get the sense that they get me without me having to say very much.
Yeah.
They're not offended if I'm a little direct.
No.
They're not offended if I like, I don't know, do like a little turtle shell of emotion, like, oof, that was a lot. Like what wait, what are we doing with all these emotions flying around?
Yeah. You're like that movie. What is that movie called? With the personalities. What is that movie called? Inside Out.
Inside Out. Yeah.
You're the grown-up
what's
version.
funny?
Yeah.
I think is it that movie or Elemental? It's Elemental.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that one's about a fire sign and a water sign falling in love. And
Okay.
everyone's like, because I'm a fire sign and my son's dad is a water sign. They're always like, you should watch that movie. I'm like, I feel like maybe I'm living that movie.
Yeah, you don't have to watch the movie. You have the script. You're writing it every day.
Oh, not just that. Apparently, the universe has a really great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because my oldest son, who's 7, is a Cancer Scorpio.
Okay. Ooh.
Water.
Yeah.
And then my baby is a Scorpio, Sag, Pisces. So we just have all the water in my life.
Yeah.
And my little fire sign butt is over here like, please. There's so many emotions in a day. Like,
you are like you're like the one in Inside Out, like the one that what's her name plays? Ethan Hawke's daughter plays her. She's like the new emotional one that's like all over the place.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
personality. That's you.
Like sometimes I just sit in the middle of it and people are like, do you vape? I'm like, not all the time, but it's just like me at the end of the day is just like I've been at war, which I have, but this is worth. So I'm just like,
you do what you got to do.
you're just like, did I survive another day?
Yeah.
Like I survived.
So.
What did my oldest son tell me the other day? He's like, no, Mom, it's fine to talk to you, except when you're talking nonsense.
Oh, wow.
Sir, you're 7. Get out of the car and go to school, please.
Yeah. Love you. Bye-bye now.
I'm going to need you to go over there. Go learn something.
Yeah.
So I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree on that one. He's got
there you go. Yeah.
Jokes on me.
Yeah, they say that your partner is who your partner is, I guess, and then you get both sides of that person, both sides of the coin.
Oh my gosh, so funny. He's such a hoot.
Yeah.
We have a mom and son date tonight. So
okay, what are you guys doing?
We're going to Barnes and Noble.
Okay. There's a Barnes and Noble where you're at?
Yeah, in the middle of God knows where, Kentucky. Yeah. Every time I say I live in Kentucky right now, like you and then like my best friend Amanda are just like, that's not even a real place.
Yeah. That's yeah.
It is. Technically it counts. It's here.
And you've been here for what, 4 years now? Or you have to do 4 years there?
3. I've been here since 2022. But I'll tell you this, I cannot lie, and I can't believe I'm saying it's been personally, it's been a hell of a ride. Like married, divorced, met a guy, had a baby. Like it's been all over the place, right?
Yeah. In
Um,
Kentucky.
in Kentucky, I said,
Kentucky was built to destroy you.
oh my God. I actually said, like, my best friend is like, dude, did you like get divorced, meet a guy, have a baby, like not get married, break she's like, girl, stop moving places and having cultural experiences. Like, did
Yeah.
you have to go do the most Kentucky thing you knew how to do? And I was
Yeah.
like, apparently. I was like, I don't even think they let you leave unless you leave with like a kid
Yeah.
or a divorce. And I was like, bet I'll do it twice.
Yeah. Seriously, I know, right? Twice. I mean, that means I'm never going to Kentucky ever.
Oh my gosh. No, but I will say a couple of good things about Kentucky, just
Okay.
like for everyone at large listening.
Yeah.
The two, you probably know this about me. I'm a giant concert goer.
Oh, I didn't know that part, actually.
Oh, like hundreds.
Okay. Oh, wow.
But the two best festivals I've ever been to, and okay, I haven't been to Coachella because that seems
Nasty.
so annoying. And
Yeah.
then I've also not been to Burning Man because also
Same thing. Nasty.
I'm not here for the vibes. I'm here for the music.
Yeah. But nasty, I mean, there's no showers. If hygiene can't be on point, I can only imagine the funk. And so
it's
yeah.
too much for me.
Yeah.
But there are two music festivals that happen here, and they happen the second and third weekend of September, and they have them back to back. And they have them at Churchill Downs, where right outside, like where they run the Derby.
Okay.
And so it's called Bourbon and Beyond, and then they have Louder Than Life. They're 4-day music festivals, and they are the best
Really
I've
good.
ever been to. So, like for anyone listening, if you love a music festival, this is, I mean, there'll be tons and tons of music festivals going on this year, and Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life will have every single major band. I mean, like
Maroon 5 and stuff like that stuff too.
Bourbon and Beyond is so good this year. I couldn't even tell you what the best one is on it. Like
Really?
it's crazy. And then there's a couple other things like I've really enjoyed about Kentucky is
Yeah.
the country music here, which I'm not a giant country music fan, but
Okay.
it's not Nashville country. It's like country. So like Tyler Childers, Chris Stapleton.
Yo, I love Chris Stapleton. He's
Chris
amazing.
Stapleton is from Lexington, Kentucky.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Lexington, Kentucky, and is kind of the reason Tyler Childers kind of came up.
Okay.
And then
is Tyler Childers the guy that walks in with like celebrities to all of a sudden like he's going into like a football event? Is that not?
No, that's someone else.
Okay.
But Tyler Childers, he's got like bright red hair.
Oh, I have to look him up.
Like,
I don't think I know him.
He's got like a really dark, melodic hill country kind of bluegrassy thing. He's awesome.
And he's not the beautiful things that I got, please.
No, okay. He is this guy that was all over TikTok. You remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky. So that was all over TikTok where they were like, I've never had a guy say that I reminded him of a Sunday, but I have been called a bitch before. It was all over TikTok. Well, that's Tyler Childers. Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, that's actually a fun story. So
let's hear it.
So we were just at Mountain Mushroom Festival in Irving, Kentucky, which is where Tyler Childers is from.
Okay.
The weekend before that, we had been at his concert where none other than Winona Judd opened for him.
Oh, wow. Really? Now,
what?
Yeah. She's big time.
She's from Ashland, Kentucky.
Okay.
So that was wild.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go to Mountain Mushroom Festival in his hometown because my son's dad had been, you gotta go. And we're there and we're like, I'm really into the rock and gemstone. So when we first started dating, he had gotten me a piece of jewelry and it's Kentucky red agate. And you can only find it in 2 counties in Kentucky. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Remind you that the Appalachian Mountains are part of Pangea and are also the same mountains in like Scotland and Ireland, right? So like super cool history. That kind of like witchy, creepy stuff. Love it. So he buys me this big red agate necklace and I wore it for a long, long time. And we broke up. Then I took it off. Then I sent it. Then I was like, don't ever give it back to me unless you mean it. Just all the things.
Yeah.
So we go to this rock and gem show and I pick up a pair of earrings for my best friend for her birthday. And I had always wanted the agate, but in yellow gold. Cause like a lot of stuff like that is always in silver, right? Like the artisans that do it, they usually do it in silver. So
Okay.
like, go to this table, there's like a little old man sitting there, and he's got yellow gold,
What you were looking for.
which is what I was looking for. So I'm like freaking out over these pieces. And we're looking at them and like so we're holding this one piece and it's a pair of earrings and a necklace. And he
Okay.
goes, "Oh, that's actually a funny story. Tyler Childers commissioned this piece for his wife. They loved it, but for some reason they just never came back for it."
Okay.
And he's like, "So it's been a couple years, so I'm gonna sell it." And now I have it.
Oh, dope.
So now I have it.
That's freaking awesome. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then my son's dad, his oldest daughter, was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna borrow that from you." I was like, "No, girl, I don't know if you are." And then I
Yeah.
understood why moms are like, "No."
Yeah.
I was like, "Nope." Because
You know
if
you're
you
not getting it
lose
back.
it, if you lose one single piece, it can't be recreated, right? Because we're not talking about like diamonds or
Yeah.
anything. The stone is like, so it's like the agate, they crack it open,
Okay.
right? And that's when you see like the marbling on the stone and what the stone looks like. And no piece will ever look exactly the same,
Okay.
ever.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, no, ma'am, we're
Yeah.
probably not gonna do, like, I love you,
But no.
but no.
Yeah. No,
No.
I can understand it, especially something so rare and something so special, and it looks really good too, by the way.
Thank you. So that was like a cool story. Like, but yeah, so about Kentucky, I will give them a shout out. The music is great. They are the literal nicest people you've ever met. People with nothing would give you the shirt off their back.
Awesome.
Might not understand exactly what they're talking about all the time. But like I certainly like certain accents. I'm like, "Mm." I just kind of like look at my son's dad sometimes and I'm like, he's like, "It's fine. You got it. You're good."
Yeah. Just nod and say
um,
yes.
yeah, but yeah, it's been a good time. It's been an interesting time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's probably time to go. Um, but
So,
yeah.
Adrienne, question for you too. When I first, so you're the first person I ever met from North Dakota in my lifetime, by the way. Right. So I was so glad to check that mark, like that box, just in general. And like I feel like you had a North Dakota accent, a lot stronger when I first met you. But how did you get from North Dakota to South Carolina? Were there places in between there? Or was it straight from North Dakota to South Carolina?
Yeah, so I'm in the military, as you know, and I was enlisted for a long time. So I went from like North Dakota to Texas. Well, I went to South Carolina because that's where my school is.
Okay.
And then I went to Texas and I was at Texas forever with a couple of really exotic stop offs in places like Iraq and then Iraq and then Iraq.
Three
Uh,
times?
yeah, I went 3 times.
That's 3 deployments.
Hmm.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I get to do one called the Surge where we got told we were extended from 12 to 15 months.
While you were over there?
Hmm.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, like I did Iraq, like people usually call that their 20s.
Yeah. Like your entire wait, sorry. That was so smart and so over my head that I had to back it up for a second because it took me a second to register. What people call their 20s, you called Iraq because basically you were there for 10
Yeah,
years.
so I spent part of 2004, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10 all in Iraq.
Holy smokes. That's wild. Adrienne, thank you for your service too, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my
Yeah.
pleasure. They pay me pretty well.
Oh, yeah, that's good at least. That's it, as you should be compensated for it. I think.
And then,
go ahead.
but
Sorry.
then I went to school. I went to school in Colorado.
Okay.
And then after Colorado, I went to South Carolina for school.
Okay.
And then I got a job in South Carolina for like a little over a year and a half. I was stationed there. And then I went to Germany. I met my second ex-husband, and we had my 7-year-old. Then we came back.
I'm not laughing at it.
No, it's I love it. Like now I'm just like, let it, whatever.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
One day my kids will be like, "What? You were married? What?"
Yeah.
It's fine. Your mom has a past.
But honestly, it's so great. That's why I'm glad you're on here because you have the best stories. Seriously.
Oh, thanks. Well, then I went back to South Carolina, and then I went to Texas again, and now I'm in Kentucky, and now I'm headed to Kansas.
Okay.
And then
Adrienne,
God
one
willing, who knows where.
well, as I said, I appreciate all that you're telling me that. Adrienne, I do want to touch on just one slight thing real quick, because as I
Sure.
said, we have kids that are going in. What part of this, I have this thing called Buckle Up University, where kids are thinking about either going to college, going to the military through college, or going into the workforce, or becoming in the med school thing. We have all that. Did the GI Bill cover any of that stuff for you?
So yeah, I went on what's called a green to gold program. So I'll just say I joined the army. Um I was enlisted for 9.5 years, and then I did a program called Green to Gold. So I got a scholarship from the army
Oh,
to
amazing.
go to school. And then I also used my GI Bill. So like I used my GI Bill to pay for my tuition, and I got like a stipend. And then I also had my scholarship that paid like was called like a room and board, which meant that like I was able to go to school full time and I didn't have to really work.
Oh, amazing.
And then I did ROTC.
While in school?
And then while I was in school. So yeah, the Montgomery GI Bill will pay for like 3.5 years of college in full.
Yeah.
But if you maximize it, you can get college done that fast anyway. Because I think I started with like 28 credits done,
Okay.
and I finished in 2.5 years. But I mean, I was going to school all through the summer, which is always
Yeah.
the best. Like, hey kiddos, go to school in the summer. Your professors don't want to be there either. They're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
make it easy.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, oh, you did the paper, fantastic. Have a nice day. Your 4-hour class is like an hour and a half long.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you're right. I had to go to summer schools. And Adrienne, sorry, I wanted to I want to make sure you said everything with that. And first off, thank you so much for explaining that. That's things I wish that I had known. That's things I know that so many people don't know about. I know, like, as I said, Lord's blessing me now, but my nephew was worried about going to college, not being able to afford college, which is one of the reasons I've done some of the stuff that I've done recently. And one of the things I was thinking before I becoming successful as we are now, I was like, man, maybe military might be the route to go for my nephew, because I was thinking, hey, he could pay for, but I don't want to be in a dangerous area or anything like that. But I was thinking, hey, maybe he's still a young kid. But when he told me that he was worried that he wouldn't be able to afford college at 11 years old, that broke my heart.
So there's so many things with the military, and it doesn't really matter, what branch. And
Yeah.
I won't speak for the other ones, but you don't just have to go active duty, right? So you can do like if you get contracted through ROTC, they pay for they're paying for your education, right?
Yeah.
You can do things like join the National Guard or the Reserves, and you go to basic training, and you go to you go to your advanced training, but then you know, you're going to commission. And so like you keep doing ROTC, it's called simultaneous member SMP.
Okay.
And so there's like all these really cool programs where you can like join the reserves, or you can join the National Guard, and they pay, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at your state for the National Guard, it'll tell you like they probably pay. That was why I joined the Army. So I
Really?
joined the Army in North Dakota, the Army National Guard,
Yeah.
because I was arguing with my parents about how I needed to fill out my student loan applications and how was I going to pay for college. And
Yeah.
I had taken the ASVAB. And so an Army National Guard recruiter called me, and in the phone call he said, "Hey, do you happen to play an instrument?" And I said, "Yeah, I play saxophone."
Oh,
And
wow.
I play bari sax. So
Okay.
I ended up, that's actually why I joined the Army, was to be a saxophone player
Oh, nice.
in the Army National Guard band. And then when I
Yeah.
went active duty, I switched to HR.
Okay.
But yeah, it was because they said we pay 100% of tuition in state.
Yeah.
And you get like a couple $100 a semester for books and stuff. So that was why I joined. And then I got back from basic training in AIT, and I realized that I still lived in Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh,
And I
wait,
was
what?
like,
Fargo?
yeah, yeah, like no kidding.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
But I realized I still lived in Fargo, North Dakota. And so I was like, yeah, that's a wrap. I'm gonna have to
Give me a rest.
go. And that's when I went to South Carolina.
Okay. Gotcha.
And we're talking like South Carolina 2000. So it's 2001. I got there in like January 2001.
Oh, I didn't know you were there. I can't believe I didn't meet you during that time.
We probably did. We just have we have no resent. We have
Oh,
no.
actually, never mind. I wasn't there then. I wasn't there yet. I'm sorry. I wasn't even in Carolina yet.
When did you get there?
I got there in 2004.
Okay, yeah. So I was already like in Iraq.
Yeah.
But like I was like hitting 5 points. Like,
Oh
whoo,
man, I would have seen you
back
all
in
the
the
time.
day. Back in
Yeah.
the day at Rafters.
Was the
You couldn't
I
tell
worked
me
at
nothing.
Raptors.
Shut up.
Yes, I worked at Raptors. Oh, I had the best.
2001.
I wasn't there then though.
Me and my homegirls, you could not keep. We were always at Rafters. That was our joint. I was so sad because in one of my moves, I had a Rafters T-shirt that I'd like cut and cropped and
Yeah,
whatever.
I have
and
my
it's worn
Raptors
on.
shirt still.
I want one.
Yeah, I have to get you one. I worked at Raptors and I worked at Sharkies.
You worked at Sharkies too?
Both of them. So I worked at Raptors. I'm dead serious. It was crazy, and we used to have fights every week, and we'll have to talk about that at another time, like some Lord of the Rings battles.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I worked at Raptors. Like that's how everybody knows me, from Raptors and Sharky. Well, that in the school too, but college. But
that's how everyone knew me, is because we were like the 18, 19, 20, 22-year-old.
Yeah.
God, the big red X's or the big black X's.
Yeah, they're putting it at the front door.
Yeah.
And then I would do smiley faces. I didn't really care, but I would do smiley faces sometimes. But I didn't care because everybody was letting me in at 18. Like when I turned 21, it was nothing new because they were already letting me in the bar at 18. I was already working at the bar at 18.
So we used to. I mean, Rafters was the spot.
You know what? My best friends worked there too. So, and those guys are still around. I'm not going to mention their names right now, but you probably know my best friends that were working there at the time.
We're going to have a separate conversation
about
how we missed this.
Yeah. I don't even know how, I was like, Raptors was my thing. I have so many photos of Raptors. I was on a conversation with these buddies talking about Raptors, and one of them said, good thing we didn't have cameras back then. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or like cameras the way they are now.
Mm-mm.
Like we had disposables, but a camera's been around back then because girls used to get in the bar and all that kind of stuff. And like,
no, girls used to get. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Dude, Raptors, that was such a fun time. The whole entire 2000s, like Raptors and Sharkies were such great places.
People do not club. Like I've like kind of gone to clubs now, and I'm like, everyone's just like sitting.
It's not the same. It's dumb now because we used to actually dance and actually dance, not this techno crap. I'm sorry, I'm not a techno guy, but like people used to actually dance and get up there and have a good time. Like going out was fun.
I used to be exhausted by the end of the night. I mean, like if you didn't leave the club like sweating profusely at Waffle House, you didn't even go.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Did your waitress quit in the middle of your order? Better.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. Now two things. One, the Raptors conversation was great, but the fact that you mentioned Waffle House, they have some of the best fighters in the world. I love watching Waffle House fight videos. You don't go there. If you go there picking the fight, you're leaving with a black eye or in in the ambulance because those people don't play.
One, for anyone who's listening from not in a place with a Waffle House, move to a place with a Waffle House. Like, you don't know you need Waffle House until it's like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
At like 4 a.m. and you're up for some reason.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I think I need hash browns all the way.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then, the next day you're like, that was a terrible idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Seriously. You're feeling it then. And then, Adrienne, I'd make you laugh. I literally wanted to do I'm dead serious. Even when I was in college, I wanted to do a whole entire movie based off of just being at Raptors and Sharkies. And those
are literally the only bars I ever went to. I was just Raptor Sharkies.
Yeah.
And more Raptors than Sharkies.
Yeah,
Sharkies was always like, like Sharkies never had as good music. And it was a little more frat boy sometimes.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah. I mean, when Raptors shut down, I switched over to Sharkies because they always liked me over at Sharkies too. And I was thankful for both places. So I just was I was always outgoing and I knew literally everybody about it into my freshman year.
Freaking hilarious. Oh my God.
We literally had a conversation. I'm in a group text right now. Literally yesterday, they were talking, my buddies that I worked with at Raptors, and they're like, one of them said, hey, good thing there weren't video cameras back around then. And I said, I remember one of my friends dropping a guy while New Edition's Cool It Now played in the background.
Oh, do you know what our jam was?
What's that?
The owner at the time, and
Brian Bacchio.
Yeah, he was obsessed with my friend.
Yeah,
obsessed with her. She always wore these like pleathery, shiny pants, right?
Yeah,
the super early 2000s, right? where everyone had on like a shirt that said hot.
Yeah.
So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah.
But we would go and it was always like he was like obsessed she would always tell him to play LL Cool J Doing It Well.
Oh, really? That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that was the jam.
I'm gonna write. I'm still friends with him too. I'm gonna write him a lot. He does well for himself now. He does graduations. He does sporting events. He's big time now with doing like the announcements and stuff for those things. But
Yeah, so but I mean, gosh, I wasn't a redhead back then. I had bleach blonde, like Christina Aguilera Moulin Rouge style
oh wow,
hair.
I can see you pulling it off, and I bet you're still a smoke show.
I was like, yeah. So we like back in the day, Rafters, that we were there every Friday and Saturday night for like it was probably like 6-7 months. But yeah, I had a Rafters t-shirt, and then in one of my moves, every once in a while, like when I move, I'll go through stuff going like, but maybe it's there.
Yeah,
Like it's like something I
so
still randomly think about is this freaking Rafters t-shirt.
Yeah, no, those shirts were great. Did you? So we ended up getting upgraded those shirts. I'll make the story really. Wait, was it the gray one or was it the black one? The gray one.
The black one.
Oh, with the middle finger on the back. Adrienne, then I was there at that time when we got the middle fingers. I don't know.
I don't. Did it have a middle finger?
So we had several different ones. They had one that has colors on it. But I can tell you. So
I had the colors one. I had like an OG one.
Yeah, that's the original. Then I had like the polo one that was gray. But then we switched over one night on a St. Patty's Day. I had to tell you this quick. I'll make it really quick. We got these Raptor shirts. Were all black. They had a middle finger on the back. I don't know where you got the middle finger from, but it said we upped our standards, so now up yours. Adrienne, there were fights every single weekend I went there, and people were like, oh man, I'm like, dude, there was a fight every single weekend I worked there, at least 3. So the night that we had that, my buddy Josh, who is a lieutenant major in the Marines, Cobra pilot, he was my like partner in crime. Like we worked together. But I was working. I had the spring game, so I couldn't be there. I was a spring game for Carolina. I was at the spring game because I was playing then. I was at that, so I wasn't there on the Friday, but I was there on the Saturday. 2 of the biggest fights that ever happened in the history of those plays. One happened one night where Josh was there, and then my following night when I was there, we had a full-on Lord of the Rings type battle. You remember how the stairwells look? I full-on jumped off that top stairwell onto some guys, like WWE style, and then like some people might have gotten thrown down the stairwell. I can't say whether that happened or not, but it kind of happened. And like
Rafters had the grossest bathrooms I've probably ever been in.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I can smell it now.
Oh my God. Like they were always clogged. Yeah. And some girl had always thrown up everywhere.
I think oh my
God. Always every Friday or Saturday night, there was some Brittany who drank too many Jell-O shots.
Yeah. And you know who had to clean that up?
You.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
This is me. I was like, bye guys.
Yeah. We literally get there. I work from like 10 o'clock all the way to like 4 o'clock. And Fridays, 10 o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock in the morning. It was a lot.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then like walk home or my buddy Josh would drive us home sometimes. But look, Adrienne, I love you. I don't want to hold you up any longer because I think this thing's probably going to cut off soon. But I need you back more often because we can literally talk for days. And I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, so people can reach you because of you being the horoscope person. People are going to know your TikTok and all that. Will you say that, what that is?
Oh, my TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, random redhead.
What? What? Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? I love you. Like literally, you've always missed where you're able to do it now with this, but you're calling, and I always told you should be doing stand-up comedy. Like you would take over. A person that reminds me of you actually is, I love her. She's so gorgeous, but I can't remember her name right now. She's Asian and she's a stand-up comedian. She had a baby one time on set. Oh my God. I love this girl. Like I'm attracted to her.
Why do I not remember her name?
Hold up. I gotta pull it up because Deborah Wong. Hold up.
Oh, something Wong. Ali Wong.
Yes.
I'm in the middle of something.
I love Ali Wong. What's that?
Oh, so we live on Post, and like the kids are all like in the neighborhood and doing whatnots, and I'll like not answer the door simply because my son isn't here right now.
Yeah,
he's at his after school program. And so they're like knocking on the door because they hear me, and I'm like, oh my God, they're just not gonna go away. Like he'll be out later.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Is he home?
Is he home? And I'm like, so that is when they sing about living on Post. It's like living in the 1980s.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Everybody riding bicycles with a little flag, the pole and the flag on the back.
Oh yeah, they have like Nerf wars and girls against boys.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, it's also Also, though, like our parents were not, I guess, as involved in what we were doing.
No, not at all. You went out and then you came back whenever. No cell phones, none of that.
No, but now we have like group chats and it'll be like so and so did this to so and so, and I'm like, oh man, we used to get away with murder. We used to just like punch each other in the face and nobody knew.
Yeah, exactly. It needed to happen. That's how you did it. But Adrienne, what I was gonna say though, but you remind me like Ali Wong, because it's not the Schumer girl, she's good too, but Ali Wong, you and her, like you remind me, like you got, because your level of comedy is so good.
I want to
So
think she's a Virgo. I feel like she's a Virgo.
I'm in love with that. Like if there's a celebrity person for me, it's her. I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
she's hilarious. And
She
she's
really
so
is.
like dead on and just says exactly what everyone is thinking and
Yeah.
just doesn't say out loud.
She's perfect, and that's
yeah.
you too. You like I feel like your level of comedy, whenever you eventually, which is already starting up, like you two would be great. Like because but you're your own unique self
Allie,
too.
I'll open for you. I don't have material. I just have life.
Yeah, you know what? Your life has been wonderful today. I've been nothing but laughing. The random redhead, that's your handle, you said? Random redhead?
Yeah, random redhead on TikTok.
Yeah, and then so I'll let them know that. Well, I'll pass it out here. But I know you got other stuff you got to do today, so I'm gonna let you get to that. But I'm gonna have you on all the time, literally. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you free? Let's do it."
Oh, I love it because I never sleep. There's about a 237% chance one of my kids is up, and so am I now. Because
Okay.
when you're in your 40s, once they wake up, you're up for the rest of the night.
Oh, holy smokes! Yeah, I mean, I knock on wood, no children, not married yet, no divorce.
Well, you knew me when I didn't have kids, but
And you still
they made me the best version of myself.
Yeah, you've just gotten funnier, and I didn't think that was possible. It's like you hit the next level. You leveled up, like in video games where there's that character that's like black, but you like it's like black is blacked out. You have to get to a certain achievement. You've unlocked level 10, Adrienne, right now, and you're killing it at it. Like unlock new character, that's you right now because you have the mixture of both.
I'm your friend that you just say that is like doing it for the plot.
Yeah,
Like they invented doing it for the plot. Like, but now my friends are like, we've had enough character development, haven't we? And I'm like, for a little while, we'll see.
Yeah. You're the best. That's gonna be I think that's gonna be your title. Someone with doing it for the plot, and that's gonna have to be it.
Like my whole life has been accidentally doing it for the plot.
And you've done it the best. Yo, you're the main character. You are the main character.
But here's the thing. I'm so glad you said that because you literally put me into it. I tell everyone, oh my God, anyone who is listening, please stop letting other people write your freaking story.
Yeah.
Like you get one go around.
Yeah.
Stop being like the side character in somebody else's story. Like you're the author, you're the main character, you're
the director, all of
it. The director, you're all of it. And at any time you can decide like I don't want to write this story anymore and you can just write a new chapter.
Yeah.
And I will say that I definitely live my life like chapter to chapter, and it's like, okay, well now it's time to write the Kansas chapter. And then we'll write the I don't know Guam chapter, wherever we end up. But like for everyone out there, like you are not powerless, you are literally the author of the book. You're the author of the book, you're the main character of the book, and everybody else in that book in your world is a side character. Treat yourself like you're the main character. They are side characters.
Yeah, preach. Adrienne, I love you. I actually made this reference for somebody else, but I got to make it with you too. You ever seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
You remember when he has Marissa Tomei, who doesn't want to come up there on first? She's like, the defense is wrong. And she goes through everything. When she finishes, he's like, thank you. You've been wonderful. She's kind of cute too, right?
Yeah,
that is
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, you're totally Marissa Tomei with what you have done here with that speech and everything. It's like because in that movie, she's the main character in herself. And being so powerful, 100%. Just like you are. So with everything you've broken down, like I absolutely love and adore you. That's why I'm so grateful for our friendship.
I love and adore you too.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for our friendship for all these years. Thank you for coming on. It's gonna be all the time.
Awesome. Let's do it all the time.
Yeah, boom. You got it. Because you're up late at night, air high five. Give the kids my best. And yeah, well, I'll have this. Honestly, I'll have this back to you probably in less than 4 hours.
All right, sounds great.
All right, thanks, Adrienne. I'm gonna use that photo you gave me too you want the roller photo?
With the roller.
Okay, you still look cute that night too. You never shoot me pictures from that ball.
I will send you a picture.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture.
All right.
But yeah, it totally makes sense to have it with the rollers.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. All right, so I'll talk to you soon. Bye. You're the best, Adrienne. Seriously, the best.
Thank you.